Welcome back, everyone, to Heroes and Villains HQ. My name is David, and I'm really excited to bring this two-part series to you today because we're going to be taking a look at tomorrow's Hasbro Pulse live stream, specifically talking about my predictions on the upcoming Black Series and Vintage Collection reveals. This video is going to talk about the Black Series, and the next video that I have pinned above is going to talk about the Vintage Collection. So before we jump in and talk predictions and what I expect to see, if you're enjoying Star Wars and Marvel content, definitely check out my channel and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. So with that said, let's talk Black Series and jump in. All right, so the Black Series. This is my personal favorite line, as you probably can kind of see over there. I have quite the collection. So every single live stream, I get super excited to see what's coming next. And to start off my predictions, you got to take a look at the Yak Face rumor list. Yak Face is one of the best members in the community. He's keeping us all up to date on the news and everything that's coming in the action figure and really just Star Wars in general. So big shout out to Yak Face and everything he does for the community. So I'm going to take a look at his rumor list and see what's on there and then kind of give some of my predictions. On the screen now, you can see his intercepted transmissions for the Black Series. And a recent thing he's been doing is bolding the potential releases prior to the next live stream. And a couple times in a row now, he's been correct in predicting which ones are going to show up. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of these bolded figures tomorrow. And so some of them have names, some of them don't. So let's kind of walk through each one and you know, we'll talk about what we expect to see. So the first one, Barriss Offee. This is a super cool one. This has been rumored for quite some time now. It'll be a part of the Attack of the Clones line, which is great because we've gotten a couple of awesome Jedi from that line recently, Shaak Ti and Luminara Unduli. So adding Barriss would be an awesome addition. I do expect this figure to follow some of the same patterns with that, you know, reusing a lot of the molds, adding a few extra details, and then rolling it out. It's a Jedi we need on the shelf, and with the recent release of Tales of the Empire last year, she's more relevant than ever. So I do expect to see this one. This one's been on the rumor list for almost the entire year so far. Next one up, the Jedi Temple Guard. Super, super stoked for this one to be coming to the Black Series. This is rumored to be a part of the Clone Wars line, so I anticipate this kind of look to him versus the Rebels style that we saw during that show. Again, this one's been on the rumor list for a long time now. I do expect to see this one tomorrow, and this one is going to be an absolute hit right away. We've already seen some leaked images of some of the part usage. You can see those right here. So I definitely think this one is in the works at Hasbro and is ready to be revealed. The next two, I'm going to pull up the screen here, the Ronin and the Stranger. These are two Sith-like figures. The Ronin recently came out in the Star Wars Celebration exclusive pack. We're going to see a re-release of the Ronin and the droid, but in a colorized version. Again, I do expect to see this one tomorrow. The Ronin figure has been out for almost a month now in that Star Wars Celebration exclusive 2-pack. The next one is the Stranger. We haven't seen an Acolyte figure in a few months now. They rolled out their first wave with the show. They rolled out a couple extra like Basil, Vernesh Rowe, and Kelnaka shortly after, and then it's been quiet since. Understandably so. The community is quite divided on the Acolyte. I'm not going to get into that. I would be stunned if this one isn't revealed during this live stream. It's just one that they've been asking for a long time now. And we've already had some leaked parts for this one. You can see we've had the cape leaked for the Stranger. So I do think we're going to end up seeing this one during tomorrow's live stream. Now for Revenge of the Sith. We've been asking for these figures. They're desperately needed. And they've been on this rumor list now for months. And every single live stream that we've had in May, in April, in March, it's always, is it time for Anakin and Obi-Wan? Is it time for Anakin and Obi-Wan? And every single time we're wrong. I gotta say though, I think it's time for Anakin and Obi-Wan. I highly doubt that Anakin and Obi-Wan are not revealed for this live stream. And I'll give you a couple reasons why. I think Hasbro knows that these figures are going to be massive sellers. Everybody wants them, okay? And in May, we had that little scare with the tariffs, and Hasbro pulled their pre-orders down on May 9th. They didn't go back up for a little over a week. And I think that is why this live stream and why there's so many bolded figures for this live stream. I think Hasbro knew that they have a lot of good figures here, and they held off an earlier live stream and held off revealing them because they weren't sure what price they were going to put them up for. I really hope that tomorrow it's revealed that they're going to be $24.99. If they're not, it's going to be really, really upsetting. But I have a feeling they didn't reveal them earlier, because had they revealed them at the $24.99 pricing and then the tariffs went into effect and they had to then increase it, they would have lost out on a lot of money. That's the business side of it. As a fan, I hate all of it. I just want them to be the cheapest possible figure ever, right? But I think that's why. So tomorrow, Anakin and Obi-Wan are going to be in the live stream. You can bet on it. During the last one, they said this is where the fun begins. There may be more Jedi on the way. This is it. We're getting them tomorrow, and it's going to be glorious. So expect to see Anakin and Obi-Wan. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to be back in this comment section, and it's going to be upsetting. But Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're going to be there tomorrow. Guarantee it. Take it to the bank. Okay. Also sticking with Revenge of the Sith, this 2-pack, the Mace Windu and Palpatine 2-pack, has been rumored for a little bit of time now. This is probably going to be retooling of a few figures, adding in a couple of new molds. We do expect the Chancellor Palpatine to have both the Ian McDiarmid likeness and then the Emperor likeness after the Force Lightning's redirected back. And we have seen a Mace Windu head mold that is different. So this is going to be a really cool 2-pack. Again, doing a little retooling to eke out a few more dollars. But for those who may not have the Windu that came out in Clones of the Republic, maybe you skipped the Palpatine figure for the Revenge of the Sith line, this is a 2-pack to get both. I probably will end up picking it up, even though I have the Mace Windu and Palpatine figures. So it's Revenge of the Sith. What can I say? It gets me every time. Now that is it for the bolded figures that we know of. There are 2 bolded figures that we don't have anything attached to. One from Empire Strikes Back and one from Revenge of the Sith. First with the Revenge of the Sith figure, because we've been talking about Obi-Wan and Anakin, talked about the Mace Windu and Chancellor Palpatine 2-pack. There is another Revenge of the Sith 2-pack. It's probably not going to be real tomorrow, but there is another one in the works. I think that 2-pack is going to be Sasay Tin and Agen Kolar. And my reasoning is because there isn't another solo release Revenge of the Sith figure. Also, Agen Kolar and Sasay Tin may not be well known enough to do a solo release. And the reason why I think they're the 2-pack is because they re-released the Kit Fisto in the anniversary packaging. The 2-pack is Mace Windu and Palpatine from the duel. And who are we missing? We have the 2-pack, we have the Kit Fisto. Who are we missing? We're missing the other 2 Jedi from Palpatine's arrest, and that is Agen Kolar and Sasay Tin. So I think that 2-pack, not going to be revealed tomorrow, it's probably going to be revealed down the line. I think that 2-pack is Agen Kolar and Sasay Tin. As for the solo release, that cuts out those 2 Jedi, right? You probably wouldn't release them in a 2-pack and then release them solo, only one of them solo. I think the Revenge of the Sith figure solo release has to be someone a little more prominent, has to be a main character. And my first go-to is it has to be Padme, right? It has to be Padme. And I think we're going to see it from the Senator Amidala Padme in the scene where she says, "So this is how liberty dies," with thunderous applause. I think that's the outfit. And I think it's Padme because we so desperately need more Padme in the line. We barely get her. We finally got a new Padme for Phantom Menace. But other than that, we don't have a lot of Padme figures, and I think that's a shame. I think Padme is a really good guess. I think we could see her, and to have her release alongside Anakin and Obi-Wan would be perfect, right? My other prediction, I think this one's a little far-fetched, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, and that's General Grievous. We haven't had a good General Grievous in forever, actually ever. We got the Grievous on the red box. That figure can't stand. We got the re-release with the gaming grates and the battle damage, which was a cool re-release, but it's not the iconic General Grievous that we know and love. I think that General Grievous is one of the most pivotal characters in Revenge of the Sith in the Clone Wars. We haven't had a solid release of him. I think the reason why this one is unknown and has been so under wraps is because it might be General Grievous. So I think Padme or General Grievous is going to be the surprise. I really hope so. If it's not one of them, that would stink. But that's my prediction on the Revenge of the Sith solo release figure that we don't know about. I think we see it tomorrow, and I think it's Padme or Grievous. The Empire Strikes Back figure, there's been a few rumors rolling around, and I'm not going to get too crazy with this. I think it's one of two figures. I think we either get a brand new Bespin Fatigues Luke Skywalker. We haven't had a good release of him for quite some time. We desperately need a new Bespin Luke. I think it could be that. Or we've had the Boba Fett rumor flying around for a long time, well over a year and a half now. And I think the other prediction could be a brand new Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. So again, one I think we're going to see tomorrow. I think it could be one of those two. Okay, so to wrap it up, the Black Series should have a really large presence in tomorrow's Hasbro Pulse live stream. I expect to see a lot of figures, and just based on the bolding of Yak Face's rumor list alone, that would be almost over 9 figures. So I definitely, the highlights are Anakin and Obi-Wan have to be tomorrow. Have to be tomorrow. So I guess we'll wait and see. The live stream is 11 a.m. Eastern. So I'm going to be watching it alongside you. Check me out in the comment section there. So definitely super excited for tomorrow's stream. So tune in. Also, again, the vintage collection will also have a presence during tomorrow's live stream. If you enjoy the vintage collection, check out my other video that I have linked now and see my predictions on the vintage collection for tomorrow. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you like Star Wars and Marvel content, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.